Hey everybody, welcome to the FN Studios. I am John Ramdeen alongside Robin Black. History was made on Saturday night at Madison Square Garden for UFC 205 as Conor McGregor becomes the 155-pound champion, holding the featherweight and lightweight championships simultaneously, the first person ever in the UFC to ever do so. And what's amazing about it, I know there were a lot of naysayers throughout the last number of years since Conor entered the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They just didn't believe. I think they believe now on Saturday night. All you have to do is go to social media. Some of his harshest critics now finally understand that they're dealing with a very special athlete, a game changer. But what does it mean for the future of the sport?
Yeah, you know, without judgment, I have looked and I found it fascinating to watch people's almost desire to deny. You know, and I get it. You see something that seems like a game changer, but it talks the way it talks, and it acts different, and it's just hype, and the marketing machine. You look for many reasons to deny. Again, that's without judgment. We're humans. We're responding to things that we see in very human ways that are built around the culture that we've ourselves created. But you know, many of us and many people have looked and said, oh my God, this is something special. Oh my God, this is different. And it is. It is different, and it's really cool now that we've got that past that we don't have to have discussions. What's going to happen when he fights a wrestler? Or he's just really big, or what about a bigger weight? Or we're past that now. We can look and really, really spend our time looking at a important moment in the evolution of combat.
What's cool about it is, you know, I'm sure there were deniers in the past. If you think back to 1993, people that are martial artists that had dedicated decades to Taekwondo or karate or Kung Fu. 1993 happens, November 12th, 1993. The world is exposed to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, there are some martial artists that are like, wow, I need to go try this. And then they start an odyssey of becoming a more complete mixed martial artist. But there was also the deniers out there that said that this is BS, this is foolish, no, there's no real fighting on the ground, and they denied until the world accepted that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was a martial art that needed to be added to your repertoire. Luckily for the martial artists out there that don't have that ego, as soon as they really accept Conor McGregor, it's like, okay, we were reluctant. Now this is the guy. Let's jump on board. How can we advance this thing?
Please join us for 5 rounds, which is our long, open forum, 20, 25, 30 minutes. We're going to dig into this aspect of the evolution. But I like that you know, we'll talk about it briefly now, but I like that you brought up that moment in time. So that was a moment that changed how martial artists and people who love the martial arts looked at the martial arts. Oh, our style is limiting. The problem is that was also the moment that we started to create what we called mixed martial arts as a style. And that is the very foundational problem that Conor McGregor and others, Dominic Cruz has already been doing this for years, only he was really quiet about it because he didn't want anyone to catch on because the dude is highly intelligent. But that style, suddenly we created a curriculum. We must wrestle this way, we strike this way. And we started removing things over the next few years. We can't do spinning kicks, we can't do head kicks. And as we limited all this stuff down, we created a new style. And the best style is no style at all. Why? Because every style has limiting features. And the thing that we created, the mixed martial artist, the Eddie Alvarez, you know, the Rafael dos Anjos, the Jose Aldo, the mixed martial artist, that was a style complete with many limiting features. And Conor McGregor and now many others are going to go work out that style. And one interesting thing that you're going to watch is many of the great teams are going to suddenly start to fall apart. The reason for that is they have the style developed the hardest inside their gyms. They have curriculum-based training that is identical, and they will have a hard time changing because that game, that mixed martial arts style, that limiting style, is the very thing that's being exploited right now.
What's interesting about it, though, is, I mean, you have to go and study certain aspects of the game. You can't say I'm a free-flowing fighter with no Thai boxing experience or any jiu-jitsu experience or catch wrestling experience or whatever the grappling is. I know it's just a name, but there's certain aspects that have to be learned if you're going to be successful.
Yes, all of those are the micro, and everybody's learned all of those. It's the macro that we're doing now, the big picture things. And we're going to get into it on 5 rounds a lot deeper. But one thing I want to tell you, there is no such thing as Thai boxing. There is no such thing as karate. These are words that have limiting features. I know you train karate, so you think there is a karate, but it is just a word that is a catch-all for a certain amount of tools that you use. And you're not supposed to limit the martial arts. They're supposed to be limitless.
Robin Black trying to confuse everybody for the long play, but trust me, just keep watching him and everything will make sense.